By the time we get to the March in Washington, August 1963, you have 250,000 persons who were there in the march. You had a platform where you had ministers, you had many coalitions speaking, talking about the importance of civil rights and how we needed to pass legislation. We knew that President Kennedy initially was involved in that as part of him becoming president. But by the time of the march, people were feeling antsy. It hadn't happened. After the march, we were ready.
But really, it's all of us who must overcome the crippling legacy of bigotry and injustice, and we shall overcome.
Congress felt they needed to do something about this in order to ensure that we wouldn't have discrimination on the basis of gender, race, color, or national origin. Those are the words that are in the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We have a federal agency that's now involved in making sure that those rights are reinforced, and it led to other pieces of legislation that expanded it to persons with disabilities, older persons, just as part of expanding the rights that American citizens have. Once we moved from the March on Washington, that actually served as a movement, because when you think about it, Congress started to act. We had the Civil Rights Act, and then you may remember all the protests that were occurring about getting people to register to vote, and folk were hurt in that process. Congress felt the need to put in another piece of legislation that protected our right to vote. And it wasn't just that we had a right to vote, it was to take out those kind of things that were used to stop people from going to the polling polls by saying, well, can you read or can you write, or moving place you can vote. And one of the things to think about it is that this issue, the Voting Rights Act, is something that we talk about today. It's not just something that happened in 1965. It's a piece of discussion because it's a protected right. Every time you go to vote for somebody in an election is because in 1965, we made it so that all of us can vote without having someone hurt us and without violence that occurred before the 1965 Act.